Hello. So it was week two of the Pacific Championships this weekend just gone. So the big match was Tonga versus Samoa at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So there was a big crowd there for that one. If you went to the game, let me know in the comments. The atmosphere looked absolutely off the scale on the TV. So let me know if you did get a chance to go to the game. I know the game wasn't very close, but I'm sure it was an amazing atmosphere, and I'm very jealous if you were part of that game this weekend just gone. So Samoa, they blew Tonga off the park. I did predict Tonga to win by 6 points, but quite the opposite really, where Samoa, they just got on a roll and they kept going throughout the game. Tonga, they had no answers in attack, and they didn't really have any answers in defence either. The first half started off with a big forward battle. Tonga did a lot of defending. It was very, very hot, so that probably didn't help the Tongan side. They haven't played in the Pacific Championships yet, so this was their first game, so they were very, very rusty. Samoa, on the other hand, they already played in Auckland against New Zealand, and they lost a tight contest in that one, and they were a bit unlucky to lose that game. They weren't very clinical against the Kiwis, so in this game they were very clinical, and they scored pretty much every opportunity they got against Tonga. They first scored the try via Isaac Tonga, the Penrith Panther, scored in the corner to set the ball rolling for Samoa, really. So they led 6-0, and then before the break, Jeremiah Nanai got up high to collect a kick, went underneath the sticks to score, and made it 12-0 before the break. In the second half, we kind of expected Tonga to come out fired up, but they just looked really, really drained, really, Tonga, the second half. They were heavily relying on Ayaza Katoa, the young Dolphins full halfback, to really get them around the park. They didn't really put much pressure on the kicks, like they were kicking to Brian Toho. There wasn't that much pressure put on the Samoan side, I didn't think, and Samoa defended really well throughout the game. Tonga just didn't look like they were going to score at all in the game, really. I just think, I don't know what the tactics were from Coach Christian Wolf, the Tongan coach, but Samoa dealt with the threat very, very easily. Junior Paulo was absolutely amazing for Samoa. I don't know how many minutes he played, but he was on the field for at least 60 minutes, I think. His form was amazing. He led that side along with Josh Papali'i in the forwards pack. I thought Jerome Luai and Blaise Tangi were excellent. Blaise Tangi definitely improved from last week's performance against the Kiwis. So did Jerome Luai. They were completing sets much better. Not turning over the ball as much. Also, just pinning Tonga in their own half, in their own 20 metres, and just really making them come out their own end, really. So New Zealand will play Tonga this weekend. So basically, Tonga have to win by probably about 30 points to give themselves a chance of making the final. New Zealand will pretty much feel very, very confident going into this game that they can win quite easily. If Tonga really don't show up, it could be a very similar scoreline in terms of, New Zealand. They've got the players, they've got the backs, they've got the forwards to really match Tonga and beat Tonga. So a lot of thinking for Christian Wolf ahead of this weekend's game. I will make a prediction for this weekend's game and say New Zealand will win by at least 14 points. I think Tonga's performance shows that tactically and the defence, they're not up to scratch for some reason. Maybe because they're just a bit rusty because it's their first game in the Pacific Championships. But if you can't get motivated to get against your rival Samoa, there's something very wrong there. So Tonga will look for a response this weekend, but I just can't see Tonga beating New Zealand by at least 30 points to make the final. So it pretty much will be a New Zealand Samoa final, which will be a cracker if that is the case. but that's not until next weekend. So we've still got the New Zealand Tonga game to look forward to, and hopefully it's a really, really good game. The other game in the Pacific Championships was PNG against the Cook Islands. PNG won that one by 40 points to 28 in Port Moresby. So PNG, they look pretty good. I'm very impressed with their attack. Defence-wise, obviously they can get a bit better. Robert Derby scored 2 tries. Alex Johnston, Reece Martin. They've got some great experienced players in their team. The Cook Islands haven't really got that much experience, NRL experience, and Super League experience in their side. So, we didn't really expect them to win any games in this series. PNG, they play Fiji this weekend. So at home in Port Moresby, sorry. So they will be probably favourites to win this one, and I really hope PNG do. I really like PNG, how they run hard. Fans are absolutely nut jobs for rugby league, and that's what we love about international rugby league. We've got really passionate supporters in Tonga, Samoa, PNG, and Cook Islands as well. So it's been a really good Pacific Championship so far. If you do support any of the teams in the Pacific Championships, Samoa, Tongan fans, Kiwis fans, let me know what your thoughts are over the Pacific Championship so far. And do you think Samoa will beat New Zealand in the final, if that is the final? Let me know. And before I go, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on socials, Instagram and Facebook. So I'm predicting a PNG win this weekend and a New Zealand win also. That's it for me. Thanks for your time again, guys, and have a great week. See you soon.